My name is Rob. I am a singer, songwriter, and I'm also a videographer, video editor, VFX editor, VFX artist. And I wanted to share with you today how I create content for my various social media platforms. I have two bands. One is the Bondstones. The other is Lucius Bloodfire. The Bondstones have one album out. The other band, Lucius Bloodfire, we have a couple of albums out that we've self-produced. Both bands play locally in the Bay Area, California, San Francisco. I create a lot of content for the online social media for both bands. One of the things, obviously, that we do is music videos. We have both bands have several music videos out right now, and they've all been produced by us. We had one of our friends who's also a savvy video guy. He directed it and edited it, and that's the Saturday Nancy music video. Monday, Tuesday, I'll be missing you. Wednesday, Thursday, pushing for you all week long. I'll take a time, make it to Friday. And a bunch of the other ones we've just self-produced. We shoot all of our music videos on iPhones. Cameras are great. This is an iPhone 7. And what I'm recording on is an iPhone 14 Pro Max. Of course, it's landscape mode, not vertical, for music videos that we're going to put on YouTube, obviously. You can use live footage from our shows. I bring both my phones with me to every show and set them both up with two angles and shoot all our shows. So we have plenty of coverage for our live performances. And I can cut that into a music video too if I want. I used a lot of other things for music videos, which I will touch on later. Then there's lyric videos. Basically, you can create a simple background, take your album cover, maybe add some animation to it, and then animate the lyrics to sync up to your song over that, which I have used Apple Motion, and I can also use Adobe After Effects to do that. You just have a lot more control over how you animate the text, and Motion has a lot of sort of preset sort of text animation. I'm creating this lyric video for the song called Life is So Strange. I have pulled in I created a background video, basically, which is just a bunch of different images and without text. That's here. So then I pulled this in here to Motion and to basically animate the text. So I started with the title of the song, and this is like just the intro. That's the intro of the song. And then when the lyrics begin is when I start actually cutting in these text layers for each lyric. So I'm going to play this for a minute. No conscience preferred in crisis the word. So I did this in Motion because Motion has these really handy animations that you can just apply to text layers. And so I just basically did this inflate in for no contracts and preferred. And so they show up down here, and you can sort of edit how quickly it comes in and how much the animation is. And I basically just created this text layer for the length of the lyric that I'm singing. Basically, for every lyric that I created, I just created another text layer. And I'm just going to zoom out here to show you. That's a lot. So I'm going to close all these. I actually group them by the sections, so verse, chorus, whatever. And then I can actually, when there's another chorus coming, I can just take that chorus one and just copy it to chorus two. So it makes it a little easier. If I actually happen to be saying the same thing. Even if I'm not, I can go in and take, like, let's say one of these lyrics is different than the first chorus or whatever. I can go in, I can choose it, and then re-edit it, take the change the lyrics if I need to, and then that's it. Basically, render that out, and then I have a lyric video. Super easy. I also create a lot of TikTok / Facebook / Instagram reels and stories. I don't exist when you don't see me. 15-second, 30-second. I think you have up to 90 seconds for Instagram and Facebook reels and or stories, and even longer for TikTok. They can be up to 3, 4, 5, whatever minutes. You can use live footage, pieces of our music videos, animation. I'm going to talk about animation here in this video too. And originally shot vertical video, because of course those videos are vertical as opposed to horizontal, and even slideshows of photos if you want to. And I make those videos, those TikTok / Facebook / Instagram reels and or stories for shows. I've done it for songs. Just put a song, put a little minute and a half or minute or even 30 seconds. Well, probably more like a minute and a half for a song. Just as a little sort of vertical music video that you can put on your Instagram / whatever social media. Another thing I've been doing recently is creating little animations for either the TikTok, IG videos or for music videos. And it's very simple. I take a background image and I import that into Photoshop and basically draw over it so it has this hand-drawn look. I'm going to next show you some videos of how I do this. Okay, so here I am in Photoshop, and I have the Bondstones logo on one layer, all by itself. And then I have this empty layer that I'm going to start drawing on top of. So first of all, I'm going to take our Bondstones logo and reduce the opacity so I can kind of see what I'm drawing. And then I go to this new clean layer, empty layer. I've got the paintbrush up, ready to go. And I can start painting right on the layer. And I'm going to draw this whole thing by hand. Start by just drawing the lettering, and if I get a little bit messy, it's okay, because I kind of want it to be bouncy and messy looking. Sometimes if I mess up a little bit too much, I'm going to redo it. So try and get that a little better. And so I draw this entire thing, and so what I have left with is there's my frame 1, and then there's my frame 5 or whatever, and there's my frame, say 10 or whatever. Or I might actually do it on 3s, but it doesn't really matter. So now I am going to import this Photoshop file into Motion and show you how I animate it. Okay, so here we are in Motion, Apple Motion. I've created a 1080 by 1920 vertical video project, and it's about 15 seconds long. And I've imported my Photoshop file. I'm just going to quickly show you how I did that. So I'm going to take the Bondstones logo, import it, and choose all layers, and import that. And that's how I get all the layers. I went ahead and deleted the empty frame and the background, the original logo. So I just have my drawn frames. So first I'm going to take frame 1 and I'm going to animate the opacity. So I'm going to start it at opacity of 100. And I'm going to, I'm going to move to frame 3. And I'm going to make that opacity 0. So now you see I have 2 keyframes. Take those 2 keyframes, copy them, and then going to go to frame 6 and paste. So now we have 100, 0 at frame 3, 100 at frame 6, 0 at frame 9. And I'm just going to keep copy and pasting. Boom. And actually, if I grab, the more I grab, the more I can copy and paste. So there's my first one. It's kind of blinking in and out. And then I go to the next frame, and that's going to have to be on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So go to frame 9. Actually, let me start, and I will make this opacity 0. Then I go to frame 9, and paste the keyframes. So now I have all 3 layers going in and out, winking in and out. And I'm going to do that for the whole, let's copy and paste the whole thing. But that's basically how I animate 3 different frames to give you this sort of bouncy animated look. The other thing I want to talk about is Spotify canvases. Spotify canvases are 1 to 8 second video loops in portrait mode. So that when you play Spotify on your phone, and you watch the song play, you can actually see the little animation or whatever that you created for your song. And artists use it all the time. And so I highly suggest, doing that for basically all your songs. I'm not there yet myself. I haven't created one for every single song I have out there, but kind of hope to at some point. And I can use any of the methods I've described here. Pieces of our music video, some live footage of us playing, maybe even a lyric video. So if I've created a music video for that song, I'll use a little chunk of that music video for the Spotify canvas. It pretty much takes just about any format, but I always export MP4, H.264 video. It's pretty compressed, but it still looks really good. But it's a small file size, and then I can just move it over to my phone and then upload it that way. It's real easy to do. So yeah, that's basically all the animated video content creation that I do for my bands. I do it as much as I can. I want as much content as I can on our socials. I think it's a really important tool as a musician, as a music artist, to have that sort of stuff at your disposal. If you're not as savvy with this video stuff, you can hire someone like me. But it's pretty easy to do, and I think just about anybody could really do it. Any kind of sort of editing software that you have at your disposal is doable. The more robust, obviously, the better. I use Adobe Premiere Pro to do all my editing. I've used Final Cut Pro as well, but I mostly use Adobe. Well, I pretty much only use Premiere Pro for editing. I've used Motion quite a long time, Apple Motion. So I'm a little more savvy with that. It also has a lot of sort of preset sort of effects that make it easy. Adobe's a little more pro in that, like, they don't have these little preset sort of things you can just apply, as well as Motion or Final Cut. But you have more flexibility, of course, and more ability to create some really compelling stuff with the Adobe suite. So I actually use the entire Adobe suite. I have After Effects, Premiere, Photoshop, Illustrator, although Illustrator is more for print work. But you could even use iMovie. It's just not really quite as robust or intuitive as some of these other ones, but it's totally doable. It's not impossible to do. And like I said, with the lyric videos, it's just a little bit easier to make things really sync up with the lyrics and your song. But I wouldn't be surprised if somebody out there has a tool that you could just download that could actually make your music, your lyric video for you. But somebody should do that. Maybe I should. I don't know. I think that's about it. Check out my bands, the Bondstones, Lucius Bloodfire, and check out all the video content that I have created on our YouTube pages, our Instagrams, our Facebooks. Check it out. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to email me. You can email me at bonstonelive@gmail.com. That's BONSTONELIVE@gmail.com. I'll put it here in the links too. Enjoy, and cool. See you in the social media world. Okay, bye.